萧雾是素云，新本爱秋山。就在繁荣里，福的繁自然。These beautiful ancient poems express the poet's yearning for nature, landscape, and a happy life. From ancient times to now, Chinese people have a liking for landscape gardens. In this episode, I will take you to visit Yangtong Mountain and Lotus Pond, hidden in the downtown of Kunming. Before we start our journey, I will visit my good friend Vincent's patisserie for breakfast.
Hey, Vincent.
Hey, Andrew. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How have you been?
Very good, very good. Thank you. Looks good.
He has been operating the shop for 7 years. Like me, he particularly likes the life here, the climate, the culture, and everything else.
All right, enjoy.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Vincent.
Kunming is also a very inclusive and cosmopolitan city. The locals are very accepting and welcoming of foreigners. All the pastries in the shop are made using traditional French methods and as such are loved by many people in Kunming. The first stop is Yangtong Temple. This Buddhist temple is different from most other temples in China in that its design and layout are sloped downwards.
It's very quiet and tranquil, yeah, a very beautiful place, and it is very unique in that all the other temples in China, normally when you enter, it goes higher and higher and higher. But from here, you can see as you go in, the temple goes down.
In China, temples carry the functions of preserving historical buildings, cultural relics, science, culture, art, folk customs, etc. In ancient China, they were called the safe house of historical relics.
Now these carvings, as you can see, are different forms of Chinese writing.
This is Na Xia Ping. It means that the color of the stone wall is reflected in the pool, like the sunset glow. They are always full of imagination and can find beauty in subtle places.
Very tranquil, very beautiful.
To the north of Yangtong Temple is Yangtong Mountain, one of the famous scenic spots in Kunming.
Have a look at the sights.
In ancient times, Yangtong Mountain was a place for many literati and poets to enjoy the scenery.
Yeah! Kunming's, the air is very fresh in Kunming. Very little pollution. Beautiful. Old city wall in front of me. An old pavilion. They call it a pavilion in China with beautiful architecture. Also going back a few hundred years.
Today, many important historical relics are also preserved on Yangtong Mountain.
So a big surprise at the top of this mountain top, I just discovered a peacock over there. Can I have a look? Very beautiful. Sitting in the wild. Don't want to disturb him too much. It's a wild peacock in the middle of a zoo.
A zoo and an amusement park have also been built on it
African
for citizens' leisure and entertainment. It's just that modern people's way of entertainment seems different from that of the ancients.
Hello, I'm Joyce.
Hello, Joyce. I'm Andre.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Very good. 你的英文非常棒，666。
Thank you.
等一下，抱一抱。哦。So in China, the kids are all very friendly and very curious, and they all like taking photos.
Ah, what a surprise. Such a small child can communicate with me in English. Can you speak Chinese?
So the zoo is very beautiful. So at the moment it's July, it's holidays, lots of children in the zoo. But normally these avenues are all got cherry blossom trees in April, March, April. Very beautiful.
颜色五色五之分，丰盛偏带起落香。These are poems praising cherry blossoms. A single character can have a profound meaning. Chinese poetry really is beautiful. Speaking of Yangtong Mountain, the best time to visit is March, when the flowers are in bloom. At that time, many people flock here to appreciate this beautiful spectacle and take photos. Yunnan locals can't live without their rice noodles, eating many different kinds of rice noodles in their daily lives. Today's lunch takes you to experience the most exquisite rice noodles, where the process of eating is an art form in itself.
So this for 58 RMB is a lot of food. So I'll explain what I'm going to eat. This here is a special delicacy called buckwheat, a bread. This over here is steamed chicken soup. Over here what we have is a kind of, I guess that's duck meat. And then we have jasmine flowers, tomato, a special wild edible mushroom called songrong. So it has various fish, meat, quail eggs, shrimp, chicken, jasmine flowers, tanli flowers. This is jingchui hua, a big meal. Let's start. So crossbreed rice noodles has lots of different ingredients. We start from quail eggs. And finally, we'll add in the mee sian. So we're going with a thick mee sian, or a thick mee sian is a thick rice noodle. So a thick rice noodle, we'll add that in.
Guoqiao mee sian, a bowl of rice noodles with a century-old tradition. The origin of its name has a beautiful legend linked to the love between a husband and wife. In order to protect the traditional process of bridge-crossing rice noodles, Yunnan people have specific guidelines for each step of its preparation and the process of eating. This is not industrial production, but rather is the ultimate pursuit of eating food as an art form. Lu Ju, Ru You Qing, Qing Luo, Fo Xing Yi, Xing Dao, Shui Qiong Qu, So Kan Yun Qi Shi. These are poems describing the life of landscape gardens. It is not possible to literally translate the beauty of Chinese poetry in English. Only when you are in it can you feel the beauty of this landscape garden hidden in the downtown. This is the Lotus Pond. This is the true romance of the Chinese people, a kind of romance originating from the spiritual world of the heart, a romance different from the material world.
After a busy day running around the park, my back feels all stiff, so I'm going to do a bit of acupuncture. I've been doing acupuncture since I was 18 years old in 1994, so let's go experience acupuncture in China.
Traditional Chinese medicine is one of the treasures of Chinese culture. This seemingly mysterious medical skill is actually a combination of Chinese wisdom and science. The ancient sages studied the meridians and bones of the human body with great concentration before they perfected the skill of acupuncture and bone setting.
So it's been a while since I've done acupuncture and my back feels a little bit knotted. It's I wouldn't say it's sore from a painful experience, but it's pretty uncomfortable. It goes into the knots, and I think I need to rest. I think I need to sleep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a very healthy feeling, but a little bit strange. But it's feeling looser now. Feeling looser. So I think when the muscles are stiff, it just makes your neck more and more uncomfortable. So yeah, acupuncture, very good.
They studied the relationship between all organs of the human body and nature, and the relationship between the solar terms, food, and all other things in the world. Through this, they created traditional Chinese medicine. They believe everything is connected, and problems should be looked at holistically. Traditional Chinese medicine can bring happiness and well-being to people.
1 week's supply of medicine to fix my bad back. Very happy.
As too can a good meal.
So tonight's big feast is Baizu. So Bai is a Bai nationality, area is Dali, and this is speciality foods from an area within Dali called Heqing. Lake vegetables, grows in a lake.
Heqing is a county in Dali, where Dali food and Heqing white spirits, Baiju, are the most famous.
And that's called Heqing Tianjiu.
Baiju is the main traditional alcohol in China and is deeply connected to Chinese culture and spirit. It is said that if you haven't tasted and experienced Baiju, you have not experienced China through the eyes of the Chinese.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. After a great meal in Kunming, the weather is great at night. This is a very busy street, very popular nightlife. And this is one of my favorite bars over here. So I'm gonna have a beer and relax.
Drinking Baiju and drinking beer are completely different experiences.
Oh, that's smooth. Very smooth, very nice.
In China, you also never drink alone, so every time you want to drink, you need to cheers someone before sipping. In Kunming, on such a comfortable and pleasant night, having a cold beer is the perfect way to end a busy day. Rural life is the aspiration of most Chinese people. Ethnic customs, summer breeze, coffee, food, and all the country life you want are located only 16 kilometers away from the Kunming city. In the next episode, we'll go to a place the locals called Shal Dali